Hey guys, so I wanted to make this quick introduction because I feel like it would be super irresponsible for me not to, considering what's going on right now. I want you to understand that I am absolutely isolating myself. I am absolutely social distancing. This was the last kind of hurrah, I guess, of going out into the real world before deciding to basically go to work because I have no other option right now for many reasons, mostly financially, and then basically being in my unit. I don't even go upstairs into my parents' unit. Since I am going out into public, I am trying really hard to keep my parents safe from the coronavirus, from COVID-19. So I want you guys to understand this was kind of my last day going out, and I knew this was gonna be my last day going out for a long time. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear because I really don't talk about any of this because honestly, it's scary and I don't like talking about it because it freaks me out. I'm worried for my parents. I'm worried for myself. I'm worried for my friends and my other family members. Felt like I needed to say this before going into this really long video. So I apologize. This is actually days later. It's almost been a week since I filmed this. That's all I want to say. I'm staying safe. I hope all of you are staying safe. Now enjoy my last day of freedom before I decided to mostly quarantine. So I've been terrible at vlogging since we got back from Disney World. But I think mostly because of the fact that my life is so boring and now I've gone to Disney World. And my life is just even more boring since getting home because all I do is work, and then on Saturdays I film and on Sundays I edit, and that's my life. And I just realized I forgot I'm making dinner tonight, but I guess I'm gonna have to make dinner tomorrow night because I forgot that it's my friend's birthday today and I'm gonna go and have birthday celebration fun with some friends tonight. So that'll be fun. It's my friend Jonas's birthday. That's Sari's spouse. And so I'm gonna go and have fun with Sari and her spouse, and I'm very, very excited, and probably a few other people from Anime Detour. But yeah, and so I've got a lot of things I gotta get done today. I have my therapist appointment today. I have to go pick up Cobalt's ashes, not in that order. I have to go to pick up Cobalt's ashes first. So Cobalt's ashes, which if you guys don't know, because you haven't watched the two videos surrounding where I talked about it kind of. So I mentioned it in last week's Beast Morphers video. I need to not have that light on the day after it happened because it's all I can think about right now. And then I talked about it when I edited that video live because I mentioned it. So I was like, well, I may as well tell the whole story. And I've talked about it a little bit on Twitter, but essentially my parents' cat fell ill shortly before we left for Disney World. We thought that it was asthma, which is what my cat had, not what she died from. She died from kidney failure, but well, she died from me signing her life away to have the vet put her down. But she would have died from kidney failure on her own. Anyway, we thought it was asthma, and so we know how to handle asthma because my cat had asthma, and we have just been kind of doing the things that we did with Corvette, with the assumption of if things get bad, we'll take her to the vet like we did with Corvette. Well, eventually things kind of changed and her symptoms got worse, but not in the asthma way. Like her symptoms just got worse in a very different way. Like her breathing, she was starting to wheeze, and her breathing was just very, very loud. And Corvette's was never like that. Corvette would have asthma attacks, but that was it. And so we were like, okay, we need to bring her to the vet. And my mom and I had every intention of being like, we're gonna bring her to the vet. We're probably gonna be putting her down. Like, let's prepare ourselves for that. And then the vet was like, no, like her lungs look clear. We're not seeing pneumonia. We're not seeing asthma. Like her lungs look good. Her blood was looking good. Her blood work came back like nearly perfect. So she didn't have lymphoma. She didn't have kidney disease, like nothing. So the vet was pretty convinced that it was just an upper respiratory infection. And we were like, cool. So I started giving her medication for that. Then on that next Friday, so that was Monday, they brought her into the vet. They did an x-ray on her lungs. She looked good. There was no sign of like cancer. There was no sign of pneumonia, no sign of asthma, anything like that. She said, so chances are good it's up in her upper respiratory, which can mean a couple of things. It can mean a tumor in her nasal cavity. It could mean upper respiratory infection. She goes, but looking at what she's going through. We're gonna assume it's probably the upper respiratory infection. So she gave us medication. They drew blood, and then the next day the blood came back perfect and everything was looking good. And so she said, let's keep her on the medicine, which is basically just a cat version of penicillin. Let's go ahead and keep her on the medication for a little bit, and then we can move on if we need to steroids to see if we can solve this issue and get her breathing normally again. She was hiding a lot before we brought her into the vet. So my mom and I set up a tent in the living room, and we had made sure there was good air ventilation, things like that. It never was bad in there or anything. And put her litter box in there, put her food in there, and I would go in there and give her medication twice a day. Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday morning, I went in to give her medication, and she was sounding better. She was sounding better. I wasn't hearing the breathing. I was like, oh my goodness, is she getting better? I'm very excited. Now, mind you, Cobalt was a very special cat. And not just in the sense of all humans think their pets are special. She was a very special needs cat. She was a feral. She was deaf, and she was not altogether mentally there. We had a vet one time tell us that she was not going to live out her entire lifespan. She was 15 when she passed away. And that was not me tearing up. That was me, my voice just randomly cracking. I've actually been able to hold it together pretty well during all this. I'm very proud of myself for that. So I'm going to be proud of myself. Anyway, we got her when I was 18. I was a senior in high school. She was likely the same age as my twin nieces, and possibly the same day, because we were pretty convinced she was born December of 2004 because of how young she was when we got her in January of 2005. And yes, that's how young she was. We think her mom abandoned her because she was the runt, because she was deaf, because she just wasn't going to survive. So we think the mother abandoned her, or because she can't hear, she just didn't follow the mom at some point and got lost. And so we took her in. We weren't intending on keeping her. We just ended up keeping her because with a special needs cat, you need to have well-versed knowledge in how to care for a special needs cat. And we had taken care of cats a lot as a kid. I remember as a kid, I had to bottle feed kittens. We know a lot about cats. We brought her in and we kept her. And her name was actually a joke. So my sister got Corvette, and then my sister married my brother-in-law, who is allergic to cats. And so Corvette ended up with me and my mom when I was 15. My sister named her Corvette because my sister decided she needed to name this cat after a muscle car. And the very next muscle car they saw was a Corvette. And so that became Corvette's name, and I just never changed it when she became my cat, because we just were we're not going to put her through having to learn a new name. So when we ended up with Cobalt, my mom and I were watching TV. The Chevy Cobalt was just come out, I think, but it was one of the first commercials I ever saw for the Chevy Cobalt. And in the commercial was a Corvette. And so I jokingly said we should name the new kitten Cobalt. And my mom said, sounds good. And so the name was a joke because we were never intending on keeping her when we named her. So it was just a holding name until that we could call her until she could go with her new family, because she's deaf. The name never mattered because she never knew what her name was because she's deaf. And so it just didn't matter what we named her. We ended up keeping her, and the name ended up sticking to Cobalt, which is why Nova has her name, because that's also a Chevy car. Now, we did have Casey, who is not a Chevy car. We also had Winter, who is not a Chevy car, and Jason was named after the Power Ranger. So we've had a lot of cats that were not cars, but all of them came before Corvette. So Corvette, and then we got Cobalt, and now I have Nova. So that's kind of the order: Corvette, Cobalt, then Nova. Any cat we had was before Corvette. And so, plus, Casey's real name was Cadenza, which became a Kia vehicle at some point. So I just ended up telling the future again. Because I named Casey, I named her Cadenza, because of a movie that I saw at daycare. There was a cat named Cadenza. And so I wanted to name a cat named Cadenza.
Oh, and this is my most marvelous cat. Cadenza.
We kept her, and we were told that she was never gonna live out her whole lifespan. Well, she was 15 when she passed away. Anyway, so Monday we take her to the vet. I gave her her first dose of medication Monday night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 rounds of medication. Friday, I go in there, give her medication. She sounds great. So I'm thinking she's starting to get better. So I'm sitting there with my parents on Friday night. We were upstairs having dinner, or my mom was getting dinner ready, and I heard Cobalt breathing. And I was like, is that the cat? And my dad goes, yeah, she always makes that noise. I said, not this morning. She was not making that noise this morning. Like, she was sounding better this morning. I went in to go give her medicine before we went downstairs, and I opened up the tent and she was gone. And it was really hard, especially because my mom just kind of really lost it, because we had really thought that she was gonna survive this. We really thought that she was gonna live, and I am a mess. Anyway, we really thought, I just cleaned out this closet back here so that we can finish it off and make it more of like a pantry versus like a closet that I just pile things in. Anyway, so I just have stuff I still have to throw away. There's nothing more heartbreaking than seeing your mother cradling her dead cat in her arms, being very upset with the vet, thinking that the vet lied to us. She didn't. All right, I've had breakfast. I'm about to take a shower for the day. But so last night, one of the things that happens is Cosmo gets his Kong filled with peanut butter. Safe for dogs to eat peanut butter, because obviously there are some peanut butters that will kill your dog. So be mindful of that. He gets his Kong full of peanut butter. Last night, so you guys know anything about Kong? Like the actual brand? Like, it's a brand. It's not, this is not a Kong. This is what most people call a Kong. Like, Cosmo has his wobbler, which he's eating food out of right now. That is Kong brand. He has a collar that is Kong brand. Kong is a brand of theoretically indestructible toys. Now, Cosmo has never been one to be a destroyer of anything but soft toys. Here's a good example. He likes to rip stuffing out of soft toys. So there's that. So when he had his puppy Kong, which is the softest of Kongs, he actually never broke it. It did start to wear, so that's why I bought him this red one. Last night he broke it, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. I don't know if I'm gonna get another new red one or if I'm gonna get a black one, because the black ones are the extremes. So the black ones are the ones that are like really heavy duty for like big chewers, but I don't know if I want to spend the money to get a big chewer. He just saw me throw it away. Not really a big chewer, so I don't really want to get him. I don't want to spend the money on the extreme Kong when it's probably a rare thing that he broke that one. I'm probably just gonna get another red one, but yeah. Thought I'd share that, but I'm gonna go take a shower, get ready for the day, head out to Egan, go pick up Cobalt's ashes, come home, drop them off, and then leave for my my new therapist. So if you guys are following my main channel right before Disney World, I posted, actually I think I never finished my wine last night. I was so tired. Holy shit. I never not finished my wine. I forgot about my wine. I have like a full glass of wine over there. I was really tired last night. If you guys follow my main channel at all, I think the week I was at Disney, I released the video, but I filmed it right before I left for Disney, shortly before I left for Disney, where I talked about kind of my health journey of originally being diagnosed with binge eating disorder and overcoming it initially, and then giving back into it and gaining all this weight that I've gained back. It was a really hard video to make, and I'm gonna make more. In that video, I talked about how I am going to get healthy, but in order to do that, I need to get professional help. And one of those professional helps is a therapist. Now, when I have gone to therapists in the past, I've never had a great experience with therapists, I'll be honest. The first therapist I ever met with was the person that told me my parents were splitting up. They reconciled at some point, but when I was 13, they split up, they separated. And the therapist was the one who told me that they were going to separate. And she didn't mean to. She thought that my parents had already talked to me about it, but they hadn't. And I had one therapist that told me, that called me a liar to my face. Granted, I was lying. And I had another therapist that told me that I shouldn't be grieving a lost loved one anymore. And then my most recent therapist was trying to help me with my binge eating disorder, but I don't think he knew enough about binge eating disorder to help me with it, because he ended up making the anorexic part of my eating disorder very, very loud. My cat just full on attacked my dog. That was really weird. Anyway, she's playing with him, but oh yeah, her new favorite toy is taking my magnets off of my TV. Don't put magnets on your TV. Magnets, hi. Off of my refrigerator. That's her new favorite toy, are my magnets. One of the symptoms of binge eating disorder is guilt that leads you to extreme dieting. But essentially, it's your binge eating disorder's way of making sure you still binge, because then you take something out of your diet. Like, a lot of binge eaters are known to go keto, a lot of binge eaters are known to go paleo, just these really strict diets, which is why I am a big advocate against keto, why I'm becoming a bigger advocate against paleo, because I actually did that, not keto, but I did go paleo. I was saying I was paleo, but I really wasn't. I would go paleo for a few days and then I would binge. And that's just a very normal thing. One other thing that's very normal for my binge eating is I will actually become anorexic for a few days and then I binge. And so when he was trying to help me by teaching me to meditate so that while I'm eating, so that I'll eat less, it turned into the anorexic part of my brain, the anorexic part of my eating disorder. Not that I have anorexia nervosa, I don't. I have binge eating disorder, but part of the symptoms of that is extreme dieting. And for some reason, for my eating disorder, that turns into full on just stop eating for a little bit. I found a new therapist that focuses on eating disorders. So I'm meeting with her today for the first time. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if that's a good fit. I am still just offended at myself for not finishing my wine last night. How do I not finish my wine? Watch Beast Morphers, get ready for my video, film my video. And then I'm probably gonna go shopping. Actually, I might go shopping before I come home and watch Beast Morphers. So I'm gonna have to go shopping. I want to pick up an extra bag of dog food, an extra bag of cat food. I need to go get Nodley food, and I'll get crickets along with that at the same time. So that's the plan. And I'm gonna come home at that point, watch Beast Morphers, film the video, and then I'll just play The Sims until it's time to go and hang out with Sari and Jonas. And yeah, I'll probably film some of that because I'll be with. I thought I was seeing a reflection of my cat getting on the counter. I'll film some of that, not all of it, because we're probably going to talk about things I'm not supposed to talk about right now. There's something. By the time this video goes out, it'll probably be public because I'm not gonna. I think it's being announced on Monday, but I'm still not gonna say anything about it, just in case I end up getting this out earlier than that. Like if I get a wild hair to edit this tomorrow, and then I put it up right away, we'll see. But there's something that's likely gonna be announced on Monday. They may announce it this weekend. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not part of the decision making of it, but a lot of the people that'll be eating there, if any other than me show up, I guess. I don't know. Last time it was just me, Sari, Jonas. For Sari's birthday, it was me, Sari, Jonas, and another person that was involved with what I'm talking about. Something is happening that may or may not be announced by the time this video goes up. So anyway, long story. But yeah, so those are the plans. I'm gonna go take my shower now, and I don't know why my dog is whining at me. I need to go throw that away. That one's actually an empty one. But yeah, OcoCat's great. I like it. It's wood litter, but it's clumping litter, so it's super natural. It can actually be flushed down the toilet because it doesn't react the same way clay litter does. See, now they're getting playful with each other. I love that. Cosmo finally has a kitty that likes him. And what's funny is you can tell it's play, because other than the fact that I just know my animals, but because Cosmo's actually scared of cats. And so if she were actually being aggressive towards him, he would back away. But like, they're legitimately playing. Oh, now you guys are done? You guys are so cute. No, Nova, get him. Get him. No, you done? Oh, you getting me? I'm gonna get Mama? I'm gonna get Mom? Is that your plan? You gonna get Mom? What you doing? See, that's why she stops playing with you, is because you bark at her. She doesn't like being barked at. None of us like you when you bark. I mean, I love you all the time, but like, none of us like it when you randomly bark like that. It's your fault. Shower done, and proof that I marathon things too much. So last week when I finished RPM, I decided to start watching Mystic Force, because here's the thing, like right now I'm rewatching Red Dwarf, but I can only rewatch Red Dwarf with the DVDs. This is the series I'm on right now, series 8. And my computer, all the while a desktop computer, sorry, this is all video planning things, all the while a desktop computer does not have a disk drive, because apparently those just don't come in computers anymore. So I can't watch Red Dwarf on my computer. And so when I'm playing The Sims, I like to have something on, like on Netflix or Hulu. And so when I finished RPM, I was like, I may as well just watch Mystic Force while I play The Sims. Like, it's no big deal. I'm already on episode 14. And I also watched RPM very quickly. So that means a couple of things. One, I play The Sims way too much, and way too, well, not too much, because I only play it on the weekends, but I play it too long. And I marathon through things, because I decided to watch Mystic Force while I was getting ready. I was like, I'm not on episode 14. How am I on episode 14? I only just started it last Saturday. And I only watched it Saturday and Sunday. So I guess, I mean, that is only like 7 episodes a day. Only. Anyway. All right. I still have wet hair, but you know what? It's warm enough in Minnesota now. Alexa, what's the temperature outside right now?
Right now, it's 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 36 degrees.
It's warm.
By the way, I can help to get your day started on the right note. Just ask me to play music.
No, we're good. So I'm gonna go and pick up Cobalt's ashes and bring them home, because it's already 9:30. It's gonna be about a 20-minute drive to get there, and then 20-minute drive home, and then I still have probably a 20-minute drive to Eden Prairie. So I love living in the Twin Cities, where everything is like 7 hours away. Anyway, I mean, it's funny because, like, okay, here's the thing. I grew up in the Brainerd Lakes area, where it was normal to go all the way to St. Cloud, which is an hour away, to go school shopping. We would have to drive to Nisswa, which is a 20-minute drive, just to go grocery shopping. And I'm like, so, and I moved down here, and people are like not even willing to cross the river. So if you guys don't know, Bloomington is just north of the Minnesota River, which is a tributary of the Mississippi River. People won't go south of the river. I'm going south of the river right now because that's where Egan is. And I go south of the river all the time. My mom works south of the river. Anyway, I used to work south of the river a lot. I worked at PetSmart, when I worked at Petco, and I worked at 2 of the Caribous I worked at. But it's so funny because when I am south of the river, people will be like, I'm not going to Bloomington, that's too far. I'm like, that's just across the river. And then here in Bloomington, people are like, oh, you go south of the river, why? It's just across the river. And so I would never understand that, but I have now become somebody who is from the Twin Cities, because I will now go, oh, I have to drive all the way to Eden Prairie. Ugh. And I think it's the traffic, because in the Brainerd Lakes area, we don't have a ton of traffic. Like, I've told many people, I go, you see more than 5 cars on the road? That's like, ooh, there's a lot of people here though today. Like, what's going on? Like, that's the kind of thing that you face in the Brainerd Lakes area. So maybe it has to do with the traffic. I don't know. It's Saturday. There shouldn't be a ton of traffic unless they close down 35W again, which is always possible. But the 35W thing is almost done, I think. So I don't think they're closing it down anymore, but who knows? Something that really messes up 494 anymore during the weekends is when they close 35W. Anyway, all right, let's go and pick up Cobalt's ashes. All right, we are at my vet's office. I wore my hood outside, but I think my hair might actually be dry enough now that I will be fine. And it's warm out. Like, yeah, it's in, what did I say, 23 degrees. It's fine. It's warm. That's how cold Minnesota gets in the wintertime. So anytime somebody complains about how cold it is, I'm like, you've never experienced Minnesota winter. So don't complain around cold. Don't complain about cold around me, because I will fight you. We are sometimes colder than Barrow, Alaska, which is the northernmost city in the United States. We are sometimes colder than Antarctica during the polar vortex, especially, which we were theoretically supposed to have again this year, but we never did. But anyway, I'm at my vet's office, and I'm about to go pick up Cobalt. This is tough. Okay. I need to clean my car. Well, I held it together till now. Here she is. That's all that's left of hers right here. Oh gosh. It sucks that she's in like the boxes that she was shipped in, essentially. Sucks, man. Oh, we really thought she was gonna make it. We really thought she was gonna survive, but she didn't. So here's a supposed proof that it's her. My dad hates that we spend money on cremating and make sure that we get our ashes back, or Cobalt's like actual ashes, or Corvette's actual ashes, or Casey's, or Dakota's, or Winter's. We have all of them. Dakota was the dog I grew up with, because you never know and you can't prove one way or the other whose ashes they are, because I don't think there's DNA left or anything like that. And now I regret not doing what I was gonna do. We've always wondered what cobalt was made of, and there's this testing kit that you can get, and you can take some of the fur, and I was gonna cut some of her fur before we brought her in. I didn't. And so I kind of regret that right now, but I mean, it'll be a passing regret. It just sucks, you know? I miss her. It hasn't been a full year since Corvette died, so I mean, this is just a lot. The one thing that I'm really gonna miss about Cobalt is how we cuddled. She would come and sit with me, and then I'd pick her up and I would just snuggle with her. And Nova doesn't even let me do that. So I'm just really gonna miss that. I'm really gonna miss the way that we played together. There was this game that Mom, Cobalt, and I would play. She couldn't hear, so tactile was so important to her. Which is why she snuggled. Because it was her way of knowing that she was loved, and she couldn't hear us. But I would sit on my chair, and Mom would sit on the couch, and she would run between us, and she'd sit with me for a little bit, and I'd pet her. And she'd run to Mom. Mom would pet her for a little bit, and then she'd run back to me, run back to Mom, and we'd play that game for like an hour with her. And we just thought it was so funny. I wish we'd have gotten a video at some point. We just never did. Because we were just so into like playing it with her that we just never recorded it. She would try to get Dad in on it sometimes, you know? But Dad didn't want to ever play. It just sucks. I miss her so much. I should probably head back home. I'm gonna put her on the piano. That was her favorite place to sleep. It's on top of the piano, much to my dad's dismay. That's where she's gonna be. Okay. Time to go. So I'm trying to decide how much time it's going to take for me to get there, because it's 10:20 right now. Probably have to get there a little early because I was supposed to fill something out prior, and I tried to do that this morning. But the link expired. Like, they didn't tell me the link was going to expire because I just didn't have time this week to get that done. Anyway, but I want to watch my friend Amanda's video, so I'm going to quickly Google and see how long it'll take me to get there. Alright, well, I'm done with my first therapy session. This is just kind of a get to know you thing. So we just talked a little bit about my eating disorder. She picked up right away that I have an addictive personality, which is probably why I have an eating disorder, especially something like binge eating disorder, because binge eating disorder is basically being addicted to food. And so she picked up on my addictive personality real quick. So maybe this will be the right fit for me finally. I've had a really hard time with therapy finding somebody that has a good fit with me, and so maybe she'll actually be a good fit for me. So we'll see. There is a Petco here in Eden Prairie. I just don't remember where it is. It's like, I know where the PetSmart is, but both Cosmo and Nova's Foods are Petco brand, so I have to go to Petco. It happens to work at, I worked at PetSmart too, but it's been so long since I've worked at PetSmart. I left PetSmart in 2013, so it's been so long now since I've worked at PetSmart that like anything that I would have had that was PetSmart specific has now turned into Petco specific. So I just gotta figure out where the Petco is here. I think it's on the other side of the mall, if I'm not mistaken, than where PetSmart is. So I know where PetSmart is if I just go the opposite direction. Eventually it's Petco maybe? I think I'm gonna Google it. It just occurred to me that Nova's gonna be 12 months next month. So I think I'm done getting kitten food. Oh my god. That's wild. Oh my goodness. When did my kitten become an adult cat? So I think I'm gonna get an all life stages food. That makes me sad. But like, come on Peter, get your shit together. Like, it makes me sad. Because she's my kitten. And now she's gonna be off of kitten food. This is really hard. Alright, let's get all stages food. Say all stages, easy now. Life stages, all life stages. That makes me so sad. Did they seriously unwrap all of these? That would make me really angry as a customer, because no, they did not. Okay, good. I hate, I mean, I get like the front, but like that would have made me very angry as a customer, because I am that customer that will get one that is sealed. Now I'm off to St. Paul to go get crickets, which I could have gotten here at Petco, but the cricket selection at Petco during the wintertime is real shit. I like Twin City Reptile, and I don't like just buying, well, now I'm buying fuzzies. So I have started getting her fuzzies instead of pinkies, because fuzzies are just a little bit bigger. So let's head over there and get her some pinkies or fuzzies or whatever the freak I'm gonna get her these days. I'm at Twin City Reptile. I'm gonna go and get what I need, and then I'm gonna go home. And then I need to watch Beast Morphers. I need to get ready for my video, shoot my video. And then tomorrow I need to, for sure, edit, obviously, 2 videos, because I'm out of videos. So I need to hopefully even maybe film a couple today, and then I can get my Disney haul up on Thursday. I am gonna eventually do a big Disney video, but I'm just kind of done going through my Disney footage right now. I'll go back through my Disney footage at some point, maybe do a big video later, but there are a couple of other video ideas that I have that I want to do, that I want to get done with and edited and up. That's what I'm gonna focus on next. So let's head on in there and get what I need, and then go home and make some videos. And I'm gonna hopefully, like I said, film like 2 videos today. I know that's like, oh come on, you can film more than that, because like they only take like 30 minutes to film. Problem is my camera's battery is full, and so I have to let it charge completely, which takes a few hours. So for me, filming 2 videos a day has become very difficult, especially because my RAWs are so long. If my RAWs were still like the 10 minutes they used to be, back when shorter videos were kind of the thing, if my RAWs were still there, I could do a few in a day without having to worry about charging it. But unfortunately, it's not the case anymore, so I just need a new camera. And that's like next priority is to get a new camera. There's one I have my eye on. It's like a bundle on Amazon that is going to make it nice and affordable. Plus, it'll give me all the things that I need to make movies. So it's going to be fun. So I am at Baker Square. I forgot to put my car in park. Almost took it out. I'm not that close. But yeah, so this is the closest open Baker Square, because all the Baker Squares are closing, and that makes me very sad. But it is Pie Day, and I almost forgot, because I was about to go to Cub and pick myself up a Bavarian cream donut when I realized, hi, there's a lemon supreme waiting for me. So I'm gonna go and get some pie for me and my family, and I won't be able to have it with them unless they have it this afternoon. Because I'm gonna have mine with lunch, because I'm going out to eat for dinner tonight, as I said a little bit earlier. So I'm gonna go do that. These guys are gonna have to stay in here and just hang out for a hot second. I'm gonna go get myself some pie for Pie Day. Blueberry for Dad, the lemon supreme for me, and the Oreo is underneath that one for Mom. I love Pie Day. Of course, that's why everybody is going in there right now, is to buy pie. But they like advertise it. They're like, celebrate Mathematical Pie Day with very unhealthy food. Anyway, they asked if I wanted forks. I was about to make the joke being like, which of course it wouldn't have actually maybe even been a joke if I get a fork, because I like all three of these pies. So if they were to give me a fork, none of them would have gotten home. Which is a sad truth. Anyway, all right, finally home. So I got my dog food, my cat food, my reptile and amphibian food, and even food for me. I don't know what I'm gonna eat when I get home. Okay, it is now nearly 4 o'clock, and I finally watched Beast Morphers. So I got home and I ate lunch. I played The Sims for a little bit while I watched the first episode of a show that I've been wanting to check out. And so I did that, and now I'm going to head on into the bathroom and put on some makeup and film my video. That is, if Nova doesn't drive me crazy. That's kind of all part of it. All right, anyway, all right, time to put on some makeup. Okay, so I have always wanted to try this editing technique. I don't know if I'm gonna do it right, but let's try it anyway. Ready? All right, and I think I'm finally at a point where, even though I don't fully close that door, I think Nova's given up on the idea that she can get in there. This is really pink to me today for some reason. I don't know why. This is not my normal lipstick. Well, kind of my normal lipstick. Kind of my normal lipstick. It's been my normal lipstick for a couple of weeks. I forgot to do my eyebrows. Oh, shit happens. This is still kind of new lipstick, but it's very pink all of a sudden. Like, I've never noticed how pink it is before. But anyway, what are you gonna do? Look at this. My hair is also really bright. I don't know what's going on. All winter I've had the weird summer sheen kind of coming in and out. Like, sometimes my hair is really light and other times my hair is really dark. I don't know. I have no idea what this hair is doing anymore. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and film my Beast Morphers video. I charged my camera right. Oh no, what if I didn't? It is not on the tripod, so I'm guessing I did. It is where it would be if I plugged it in, and it does not look plugged in. Are you really dead? Are you like for real dead though? It's not turning on. Well, this could be better news. Alright, so I don't think it's charged because I think my cat must have unplugged it, or I never plugged it in. So let's plug it in and play The Sims for a little bit. Alright, plugged in and charging. And then my cat decided that, well, there's my lunch. My cat decided it would be a good idea to play with the crickets. They haven't put in their tank yet, so let's do that. Okay, so it is 5:17 and my camera is... Oh, it just finished. It just finished. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, because I was going to say, it has not finished its charge yet, and I just need to film the video. So I'm going to film the video now that it's finished. I'm very excited. I gotta grab my notes. I can't forget my notes. I wasn't a huge fan of this episode. So look forward to those thoughts, which you guys will already have seen if you guys watch those videos prior to this video. I'm sure, because I have to edit my Thursday video tomorrow, which is the first time, well, actually, I guess not really the first time in a long time, because I've been editing the Disney videos all this time too, but it's hard to put these up with one hand. What am I doing? Something goes over here. I've been editing the Disney videos all this time, but vlogs are really easy for me to edit. This one's the broken one. I need new lights. I need a new camera. I need new lights. Guys, my whole life is just kind of a mess, and it's just how you deal with that. Not gonna lie, my life is legitimately a mess. So we're just gonna hope that that's gonna stand. I have to fix it. There's probably a memory card in here, is there? Open? Nope. Okay. The vlog's really easy. and quick for me to edit. So the editing of my Disney videos was very quick and easy, even if I put it off a lot, because I did. But I'll be real, full-time job plus 3 videos a week there for a little bit. It was a lot. It was a lot. Down to just 2 videos a week until first break we're gonna have with Beast Morphers. But I'm still gonna like probably, hopefully, film and edit 2 videos a week just so that I can be kind of ahead by the time Beast Morphers comes back again. I always say that and I always fail at it. A little insight into who I am as a YouTuber. And yeah. Well, same to you, tripod. I think that's why I stopped using this particular tripod. I like this tripod more than my other tripod, the one that I have been using. But then I found this one, I was like, why did I ever stop using it? That's why I stopped using it. Because it did that kind of shit. Okay. Anyway, let's get the microphone turned on. My cat likes to try and eat my microphone. Okay, this microphone's on. Framing goes like that. We're good. We good. I'm standing on my cat's noisy tunnel. Hi, I'm vlogging. I have 2 cameras on me. This is gonna be fun. Okay, let's be done with this part now. Okay, so I'm done filming. I've already put my filming stuff away. Now I have my phone plugged in. So I'm just going to lay down in bed, I guess, and watch some YouTube before I have to leave. I have about an hour before I have to head out. A little under an hour, because it doesn't take a ton of time to get to where we're going for dinner. Nova thinks I hate her, I think. I don't know. She was looking pretty sad, so I was cuddling with her for a hot second. And yeah, and my mom noticed how I make my bed for the first time, which I've been making my bed like this for months, like almost a year. So I don't know what her problem is. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna lay down in bed and watch some YouTube before I head on out. So I hope you guys all have a great time. I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I have a whole new makeup look now. I don't like the really like in your face makeup looks. I mean, on other people that looks great. On me, I don't like going out in public like that. I basically do it for my videos and that's pretty much it. So, alright, I'm off to Pizza Luce now. It's a little early, but that's alright. I don't mind being there a little early. There's lipstick on my teeth. That's lovely. Anyway, so I'm off to Pizza Luce. It's gonna be so much fun. This is my 3rd time eating Pizza Luce, my 2nd time being actually there. If you guys remember the mukbang that I did with Sarah, that was Pizza Luce. That was my 1st time having Pizza Luce. 2nd time was Sari's birthday, and now Jonas's birthday, so let's see who shows up today. Alright, I have made it to Pizza Luce, but it seems like it is just busy tonight, so hopefully it's not too long of a wait. I may text Sari and Jonas and see like where they're at, if they're here, and if they want me to put a name in, because it's busy. There are people parked on the street. Like, I'm surprised I got a parking spot here, and I think I pissed somebody off because I was like, ooh, a spot, and he was like probably thinking the same thing, and I'm like, meh. Sorry, not sorry, buddy. Anyway, all right, let's go inside. So it's Jonas's birthday, but Andy and I are eating his cake.
Man, it's really good.
I've dirtied the spoon though, so it at least looks like I'm participating in this. Because I have weird guilt about not eating the free thing.
So I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. It was so much fun. I ended up not taking very much video at dinner, and only just because we were having just so much fun. The 4 of us were just having so much fun. We're all from Anime Detour, and so it was a lot of fun just sharing con drama stories. We were telling Andy about a bunch from GeekCon and from our year, and my year of doing Anime Fusion, just all this drama. It was so much fun. We talked about some Detour stuff, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had such a good time. It was such a change from this morning, where this morning was obviously very emotional, picking up Cobalt's ashes and going and seeing a therapist for the first time. It's an emotional journey. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun. I guess I'm gonna end the vlog here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.